Welcome to Peacock Field this afternoon for round 13 of the Real NRL. Great to have your company. Macquarie up against Cessnock. Macquarie looking to reduce the gap to Wests at the top of the ladder to 2 points, and Cessnock to make it 3 wins in a row. And Cal Edwards gets us underway. Macquarie quickly bringing the ball back, so the state of play at the moment, Macquarie on the ladder, they sit second after that defeat to Wests last weekend, basically making it Wests' minor premiership to lose this season as Pine, out of dummy half, finds Daniel Abraham. 34-14, they lost to the Rosellas at Harker Oval last weekend. Adam Swadling into the line now. There's Hyde. Across the line. They'll be brought down in the centre of the park. Going to get up quickly. Play the ball was Worth. Pine. Not a bad kick. Finds the grass, and Cal Edwards, he'll have a little bit of work to do. He brings it back, and he's taken 10 metres from his own goal line. A good opening set there from the home side. The Scorpions, they've got a great record here at Peacock Field. They've won 16 of their last 17. That only defeat coming earlier this season in round 6, where they went down 18-14 to Central, but they avenged that one a week later in that match where Blake Gallen broke his leg, and the Scorpions' inspirational captain will be out for the season now for them. So Cessnock bringing it out from their own end, bring it forward. Is Kurt Warden up over the 30-metre line. They've had a resurgence of late, the Goannas. Low goes Pearson. Manson is quickly onto it. Macquarie just winning the battle of field position in the opening couple of minutes here after a great first set in possession. Yeah, last weekend, Cessnock knocked over Central 38 points to 10 in a match that Tom Taylor, as he just stops play for a minute, in a match which Tom Taylor actually reffed the last 62 minutes after Tom Aylett reffed the first 18. A bad injury to Nathan Taylor, and they had to wait 2 hours before the match resumed. Tom Aylett had to go to night shift, and Tom Taylor stepped in to referee a huge Cessnock win up at Cessnock Sports Ground, and a break already back on the inside. The kick through from Briggs after it into the corner. Will he get there? He does get there. Nathan Cantor over in the corner for Macquarie. A great start to this one. They were wonderful in their opening set. Even better there, and it's 4-0 after just 3 minutes here at Peacock Field. Couldn't have started any better for them. Cessnock, last weekend I mentioned that win over Central, and the week before a 27-22 controversial win over Curry. So it's been a good run for them of late. Not at the moment. Macquarie quickly into top gear, and they will have a kick from the touchline. It'll be Chris Pine with Scott Briggs, a late scratching from the side. Chris Hyde, I should say. Chris Pine in the Goannas lineup. And their second choice goal kicker, Scott Briggs with 59 points. Chris Hyde, 2 tries and 9 goals this year with 26 points. So Chris Hyde from the touchline. It's holding up in the breeze. It just fades outside the near post. But a great start all the same from Macquarie. It will be Cal Edwards, the Cessnock fullback, to get us back underway. Quickly back from injuring his leg in the round 8 defeat in the mud pit at Townsend Oval to Souths. Briggs takes it nicely, and Macquarie back with ball in hand. See if they can put on just as much, or get as many metres here from this set as they did in the opening set of the match. As Hyde out of dummy half, another great run. This time from Briggs. Has the ball been spilled out? It hasn't. It's been stripped, according to Tom Taylor, and just gets a little bit tougher here for Cessnock as Hyde finds the touchline. The captain today, the number 9. So Hyde goes back for Briggs. Finds Adam Swaddling. They're not far away, just 33 metres from the goal line. Hyde across to Abraham. It turns Brendan Worth back under. 2 former Knights combining there. Brendan Worth, 21 games in the NRL. Newcastle and Penrith as they spin it wide. Intercepted. Joe Woodbury. He'll be tough to stop from here. Briggs is chasing, as is Andrew Sumner. They won't catch him. And against the run of play, Cessnock lock it all up. Joe Woodbury with a great intercept, reading the play. And Macquarie with the foot to the throat there have been stunned. 4-4 after 6.5 minutes. So it'll be Cal Edwards, a leading point scorer for the Goannas this year with 25. 10 goals and a try, as well as a field goal this season for Cessnock's number 1. Get a good view of this one up the hill towards Toronto, but it's a huge try for Cessnock there. These two sides have met once this season. Back in round 5, it was Macquarie who won 20 points to 10 at Cessnock Sports Ground. Great facility up there, the home of the Goannas. So here's Cal Edwards. Moves in and just strikes it across the face, so no goal. And it will remain 4-4. It's been a try-fest in the first 8 and a bit minutes. Chris Hyde gets us back underway. Allowed to bounce by War Boys, but Gets it onto his front rower, Cody Brooks. One of just two Goannas to have played all matches this season. That's out there this afternoon. Him along with Corey Barber in the second row. It's Lawrence away to Hlad, who breaks free from the opening tackle and then is taken to ground. And the penalty will go to the Goannas. So a penalty apiece in the first 10 minutes. Just what Cessnock needed as they are now got themselves back level. A chance for them to go right on the attack here. That is a great touch finder. Kirkwood allowed to bring it forward a few more metres. Trucking it into the line is another former NRL player in Marvin Filippo. Second row for the Goannas. Out of dummy half is Lawrence. Spies a gap. Almost slices through. Here's Filippo again. Takes them on. Busts through the line. And Marvin Filippo puts the Goannas in front as quickly as that. They turn a deficit into a lead. The Scorpions' defence has been opened up a couple of times. Now with the intercept and then very brittle on their own goal line. And it's 8-4 to the Goannas now with Marvin Filippo backing up the try a few minutes ago from Joe Woodbury. Just his third of the season. Joe Woodbury now with that earlier try takes his tally to 6. Cessnock's leading try scorer this season. And from that try from Joe Woodbury a few minutes ago, it's been all Cessnock getting the ball from the kickoff, receiving the penalty, and then going back down and scoring again. So Cal Edwards, can he do better on this occasion? Here he is, Cal Edwards. That's a better kick from Cessnock's fullback, and they go out to a converted try lead, 10 points to 4, just after 11 minutes gone here at Peacock Field. Now he plays with this Cessnock. They've got the worst attack in the competition. Just 217 points scored coming into this match. Bringing it forward is Cody Brooks. Good return from the kickoff from him. Here's Corey Barber. So those two, as I mentioned, have played all matches for Cessnock this year. 217 points scored this year by Cessnock at an average of 20 points per game, but their defence is second only to West's. Their defence, they've just conceded 204 points at an average of 18.5 a game. West's have conceded at an average of 12 per game, 146 points. So Mitch Manson quickly across, and is it a 40-20 here for Cessnock? No, it's just pulled up short. Tom Taylor giving the scrum feed to the Scorpions. It was a near thing. Mitch Manson couldn't stop it crossing the touchline. And he looked in a hurry to do so as well. Just in front of the 40, I think, the kick. Macquarie back off the scrum feed. Scorpions, their loss to West last weekend was just their first in 6 matches. 5-match winning streak going into the match. But that loss to West really hurt because that would have taken them level with the Rosellas. They now sit 4 points off first place West with just 4 matches left in the competition for them. Cessnock have got one more. They've got that catch-up match with South that have to replay as Townsend Oval was unfit for play a couple of weekends ago. A round 10 match. Here's a penalty going the way of Macquarie. And this may not find touch, it only just. Chris Pine almost able to knock it back in for Cessnock. So it has been touched by just before it crossed the line, so it'll be a scrum feed. So a very near thing. That touch finded from Chris Hyde. So from the back of the scrum, they're quickly into action. It bounces up. It's going to be 6 to go. And Manson steps away from a couple. He gets it wide and pulled to ground. As he get back up, he may be pushed over the sideline here. Ball comes back to Sumner. Jensen steps. He's just 12 metres away. Here's Hyde. Across to Abraham. Turns Worth back on the inside. And it's going to be 6 to go again. It was touched by Cody Brooks, I believe. They're only 5 metres away, the Scorpions now. Here's Sumner. Away to Worth. Straight into the heart of the Goannas defence. I mentioned they've been so strong in defence this season. Here's Hyde across to Sumner. Stepping back on the inside. And now Briggs with a kick up over the top. It's been well taken in the air by Chris Pine, it was. Rising high. Taking it in beautifully. And here's some strong Scorpions defence. So a tough set here for Cessnock. They bring it out from their own goal line. Just over 15 and a half gone. Cessnock with a 10-4 lead. Here on Bar TV this afternoon. 3 matches this afternoon in the real NRL. As the penalty goes the way of Cessnock. A relieving penalty after they were deep in their own red zone. You know, those other matches, Lakes up against Maitland at Carl Oval and Curry up against South at Curry Sports Ground. Central and West's play tomorrow. Big match between those two sides. First and third do battle. The win this afternoon, Lakes will be level on points with Central. 14 points. Cessnock back on the inside and really Jordan Warboy's flat ball. It's really too close. It's the big number 10, Cody Brooks. One of just 2 I mentioned to play in all games, but also one of only 2 in the side yet to score in first grade this season. Nick Lawrence, the hooker, who hasn't played nearly as many matches as Cody Brooks, the other. Get off the nerdy run as here's Brendan Worth. Up over the 40-metre line, just. There's Hyde and taking it into the line. Simon Allen, should say. Adam Swadling. Turn back on the inside for Jordan Noble now. Here's Hyde, Abraham, Briggs. Now Manson almost slides his way through. Solid defence from Cessnock on the final play. What's the option here from Randall Briggs? Toes it into the, looks for the in-goal area. Well taken by Jordan Warboys. But again, they're deep in their own territory, Cessnock. Pine puts the head down. Roti up to the 20. And now Apthorpe. Lawrence back he goes and finds Cal Edwards. Barber on the final play, so they've done well to get it up towards the 40-metre line. Warboys looks to spin it. Hiroti dummies and steps on the final play. They'll have to get a kick in, and it's been spilled instead. So has it been knocked down by Macquarie hand here? No, it's been spilled by Cessnock. So it'll be a handover for the Scorpions. Not too impressed, the Goannas. Jordan Warboy's in there. Didn't look too pleased, but it'll be Macquarie with Abraham. Now to Alchin. Just onto the park now, so ringing the changes both sides. There's Hyde and now Briggs. And straight through the gap is Manson. It was away from Simon Allen, who got it on to Mitch Manson. All too easy for the Scorpions. 10-8 with a kick to come from next to the posts. You'd expect it'll be 10-all by the halfway mark in this first half. Randall Briggs going to the line, got it away to Allen, who got a nice ball onto Manson, who dives over for his 9th of the season. Leading try scorer for the Scorpions. Equal 4th coming into this match in try scorers in the real NRL. And it will be Chris Hyde, of course, 3rd in the NRL rookie competition. A reality TV show last year. Back in the Scorpion side. And he knocks that one straight between the sticks. So 10-all. Just over 20 minutes gone. Tuliatu heading onto the park for Cessnock now. Just waiting for the tee here for Cessnock. Cal Edwards to get us back underway. Now Edwards, he goes for the short kickoff. It was an interesting play, but in the end it doesn't come off. And Daniel Abraham pick up the ball on about 35 out from his own goal line. So a decent field position set, considering the move didn't come off from Cal Edwards, but an interesting one. He spotted the gap just to the side of Abraham, but didn't get enough angle on it in the end as Hyde and now Briggs. Going to ground is Allen. Slow play the ball. Here's Hyde. And now Alchin. Inside the 30-metre line now. On the final play. Hyde now to Randall Briggs, and Sumner steps off the right and stabs a kick in. Joe Woodbury takes it 10 out from his own goal line. So they'll have to ruck it out again here, Cessnock. Edwards to Hiroti. Straightens up. Made 5 metres down the ground. Just Nick Lawrence. Darts out a dummy half. Now wide it comes. Corey Barber up over the 30-metre line. Lawrence. And on to Edwards, and now it's Apthorpe. So final play inside their 40. Back it goes for Edwards to launch one. Manson is going to let it bounce. And it bounces up nicely for him. Looks wide, straightens up. Another good start to the set Cessnock starting there. A lot of their sets 10 metres out from their own goal line. Macquarie starting them 25, so even 30 metres out. So again, much easier beginning to their sets. And now Chris Hyde is able to get the unload away, and they've spilled it. So maybe a chance here for Cessnock. They'll be down the money end at the back end of this set. Nick Lawrence plays the ball away. Tuliatu with his first run. Inside the 40-metre line. Straightening up is Kurt Warden. Lawrence. Wide he goes. Infield from Pearson and Apthorpe. They're just 20 metres away. 20 in from the far touchline. Lawrence dummies right, and then Warboys goes along the ground. Hiroti, and the pass was in front of Woodbury, and he couldn't handle it. Stuck out the arm. Couldn't quite reel it in. And the pressure is relieved for the Scorpions. It cracked on the only occasion that Cessnock came inside their 20-metre line. So they would have been confident again, the Goannas, of posting points. But Warboys' pass along the ground, it got a little scrappy, and then Hiroti's pass in front of Woodbury. So the Scorpions relieved there. They're up to the 30-metre line already. Through Ryan Pywell. And Hyde, another scamper from him. He makes 10, 15 metres. Smart play to dummy half. Sumner, and short ball away to Isaac Briggs. As we mentioned earlier, Randall Briggs replacing Scott Briggs in the number 6 for this afternoon's match. Hyde, away it goes Manson. Jinkson steps. So close to sliding down that right edge again, as he did moments ago. Here's Briggs, grubbing kick. Charging through his Sumner. It might bounce up nicely for him. Woodbury did well. And it will be a goal line dropout for the Goannas. And a tough set of defence coming up here for them. So Edwards, it's not a bad dropout, up towards halfway. And well taken by Ryan Pywell. Brings it back. Centre ground. It's taken to ground. 31 out. Hyde, shorty goes to Alchin. Straight down the middle. Now away to Abraham. Steps back off the right. He's cut to ground. Apthorpe in there. Here's Briggs, turning it back on the inside. Manson stepping almost through again. Mitch Manson, so elusive. Just 5 metres away. Here's the kick from Sumner. Is it too heavy? I think it is. Briggs just can't reel it in. He crashes into the edge of the ground here. It will be a 20-metre restart for Cessnock. Still a bit ginger is Isaac Briggs. So Isaac Briggs, yeah, he's not in a good way as he limps back into the defensive line. Goannas through Sam Apthorpe. Less than 12 to go in the opening half and still locked up. Reminder, it was 20-10. The Scorpions got the job done at Cessnock in the first meeting between these two sides this season. Cal Edwards, another good kick, finds the grass. Manson after it, down towards the corner. Does he look for the pass? He has Pywell inside. Probably had some space there, Ryan Pywell, but Mitch Manson decides to go it alone. Briggs. Simon Allen punches forward. Spin it wide. Sumner back on the inside. Bustling away is Matt Hay. What a run from him. Bumping defenders off. Hyde, Sumner onto the left boot. Another good kick from him. Cal Edwards will have some, well, he won't have any work to do. Just took a couple of skips too deep for what Andrew Sumner would have liked on that hard surface at Peacock Field. Little rain over the last few weeks in the Hunter, so that one's skipping over the dead ball line. Cessnock starting from the 20-metre tap again. Lawrence now to Apthorpe. Was met strongly there by Alkin. And also Jordan Noble was there in 11. Lawrence to Edwards. To Liatu. Just off the right, almost swerving his way into a gap. Good set here from the Goannas. Wide it goes for Hiroti. Can he find some space for Woodbury? Spills it again. That one, he'll be disappointed with himself after the last ball he dropped. Probably a poor ball from Hiroti. And he would have expected himself to catch that one. As his centre found some space. And had he caught that, may have been difficult to stop. So Jordan Noble comes from the park. The fourth interchange for Macquarie. From the scrum. It's Ryan Pywell putting the head down. Again, Macquarie starting a set from a very good position. It's Jack Lumby over the halfway line, just onto the ground, as I mentioned, for Jordan Noble. Alchin over the pink 40-metre line. Wide it goes. Briggs, Manson. Stepping back infield. Now Cantor, dummy half. Putting the arm out for the fend. Straight into the line. Here's Hyde. Goes to Briggs. Short ball away. Abraham. Has he got it down? He has, Daniel Abraham. And the Scorpions hit the front for the second time this afternoon. Good short ball away. Macquarie leading by 14 points to 10. An important try just before the break. He was cut down, but the momentum took him over the line. A veteran lock, formerly of Curry Curry, after he finished his NRL career. You'd expect this kick for Chris Hyde, captain for this afternoon, now that Blake Gallen is out for the season. He's been Scorpion skipper. So he will he'll be expected to put this one over and give them a 6-point lead. So there's Hyde straight between the sticks. 16 points to 10. Macquarie, since conceding that second try through Filippo, they've really had better field position, better starts to their set, starting them 20, 25 metres from their own goal line. At Cessnock, they've pinned them deep in their own half. So, very high kickoff from Edwards. Manson takes it nicely. Spun to ground is Lumby. Another good kick return as Alchin drives the legs up over the 30-metre line. close contact meters. I was going to say very good from Macquarie. And it's been stripped from Alchin. Maybe got a tip off Tom Taylor. And Cessnock, they'll be under further pressure here. I want to withstand this attacking raid from Macquarie right before the break. Just over 6 minutes to go. Away goes Hyde. Out of dummy half again, goes to Briggs. Short away to Allen. Still going Allen. Driving the legs. Just will fall short in the end. Pressure right on. Has it been spilled backwards? It has. And Briggs steps. He's 5 metres away. Here's Hyde on to Sumner. Dummy Sumner. It was met strongly by Warden. And taken to ground right in front of the sticks on the final play. Here's Hyde. Way to Briggs. Toes it through. Looking for his winger and well taken. And diffused by Chris Pine, who is picked up and almost taken over the touchline on the far side of Peacock Field. Cal Edwards up over the 10, but again a set. They're starting deep in their own half. Good return up to the 20. He's going to be made to play it again. It's the replacement, Zeb Dunstan. Bustling forward is Apthorpe. So important that they held firm there, Cessnock, and they did so. Cal Edwards says, let's get out of here. Looking for the 40-20. It's just going to curl its way inside the 20-metre line. So it'll be Scorpions scrum feet. .36 minutes gone, opening half. They led the match early on, just a few minutes in, Macquarie. And then Cessnock hit back quickly to lead 10 points to 4. It was Nathan Cantor who opened the scoring for the Scorpions. And then Joe Woodbury with an intercept. Locked the scores up before Marvin Philippou put Cessnock ahead. Since then, Scorpions have hit back. A couple of tries, Daniel Abraham and Mitch Manson. So we head towards the break, but Macquarie will fancy themselves here for another crack. Briggs, wide he goes, Cantor. Still going Nathan Cantor. Spinning away from a few and keeping the legs going. Hyde, Abraham, now Alchin. It's 35 away. Chance for an attacking kick, but Hyde instead goes at a dummy half. Sumner stabs it towards the in-goal. Joe Woodbury is able to claim the ball a couple of metres out from his own goal line. Important that he didn't get dragged back. And now Hiroti straight up the middle, straight through the heart of the Scorpions' defence. And he's still going. Imona Hiroti up over the halfway line. What a kick return. What a run at a dummy half from him. As Pine relieving all the pressure that was being piled on them for the last 15 minutes or so as War Boys turns it inside for Corey Barber. Can they find a try before the break? Get themselves back level. Pearson. And now Philippou puts it on the toe. Pine's after it. Philippou back on the inside. And he gets back up and puts the ball down. Connor Kirkwood. And Cessnock, we're just trying to find out. No, Tom Taylor will point to the spot. Just checking if he was held. He wasn't allowed to get up and put the ball over the line. And Chris Hyde just having a chat to referee Tom Taylor about that decision. But it will matter little. Cessnock within 2 points now. So tight this first half. And Cessnock have been able to, say Macquarie in this opening half will probably think that they should head into the break in front. They've had the better field position. They've had less work to do in bringing the ball out from their own goal line. And they're going to find themselves either level at the break or 2 points ahead, which for all their work, Cessnock have done a lot of defending, a lot of bringing the ball out from deep in their own half. So they'll be very happy with this. Cal Edwards, 1 from 2 this afternoon. 5-6 metres in from the eastern touchline. Strikes it. Hits it beautifully, Cal Edwards. And it ensures that we head to half-time at Peacock Field with this one all locked up. 16 points apiece. Macquarie with a great record here. They've won 16 of their last 17. And a great record against the Goannas. The Scorpions haven't lost here to the Goannas since 2014. And the Scorpions have won 5 of the last 6 between the sides. Is it about to change? We'll find out in the second half. Half-time here at Peacock Field. It's Macquarie 16. Cessnock 16. We'll be back in 10. Welcome back. Second half. Welcome. Testing. Test. Test. Test, test. Testing. Yep. Welcome back. Second half at Peacock Field. We are back underway. Cessnock and Macquarie all locked up at 16 points apiece at the break. Macquarie with the lead twice, Cessnock with it once, but they all came together at halftime. 16-16 with a try right on the stroke of halftime for Cessnock's number 3, Connor Kirkwood. Into the line is Brendan Halad. To dummy half and wide to War Boys from Dunstan. The head bandage Zeb Dunstan. Way to War Boys. Goes along the ground. Finds the line. 10 out from the Macquarie goal line. Mitch Manson happy to let it run down. And a good opening set there from Cessnock. Really good start to the second half. So Hyde off the back of the scrum. Now jinking and stepping is Briggs. Up over the 20-metre line. Now Hyde away to Alchin. Was strong at the back end of the first half, Ty Alchin. Again, Hyde out of dummy half, looking for a penalty. And driven back. He'll play the ball on his 40-metre line. Sumner away to Abraham. Turning it back on the inside for Jack Lumby. Hyde with the kick. Sumner charging through. Is he going to get there before Edwards? He is, Andrew Sumner. And he should get to the ball and put Macquarie ahead straight after the interval. And as they did in the first half, they score within the opening 3 minutes in the second half. An opportunistic try from Andrew Sumner. Didn't really look like much was happening. A kick back to the middle. Cal Edwards was deep. Both wingers were too wide, and Andrew Sumner was there to pounce. 20 points to 16 now. Two from three this afternoon for Chris Hyde. Strikes it straight between the posters, Chris Hyde, and another 6-point lead for the Scorpions. They haven't got any further than this in front. They've led 4-0. 16-10 and now 22 points to 16. Real surprise, Cessnock conceding 22 points. Their defence, we mentioned earlier, they only average 18.5 points conceded per game. The bounce sits up and was awkward, but picked up in the end fortuitously by the Scorpions. It was Matt Hay and getting through the first tackle, continuing to drive forward. Brock Harmer has been spilled. And Cessnock with a great opportunity now, and set after scoring points here. They've spilled the ball. Macquarie will be frustrating for Coach Adam Betteridge. So they'll start a set 40 metres out from the Scorpions' goal line. Can they make it count here? Hiroti made the break, which basically got Cessnock within range to score that try right before half-time. And that was from deep in his own territory. It was Edwards with the run, and now Brendan Halad. Big lock to within 25 metres. The Scorpions' goal line. They've looked really good when in attack this afternoon. Cessnock, they haven't been down this end very much in the match. Goes away to Warboys. Stabs the kick in towards the end goal. And Matt Hay will have to take it over the dead ball line. Building some pressure nicely here, Cessnock. Already 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. So Randall Briggs. Ball will bounce up, and it's been spilled between the two of them. was Apthorpe and Warboys. Neither of them knew who was going to grab it, and in the end, they've spilled it. And Macquarie under a little bit of pressure there. And they'll have a scrum feed 40 metres out from their own goal line. Goal line, the opportunity to start the set here for them and really go on the attack by the end of it. Slow play of the ball. I'll add with his arms over the ball as Pywell got up to play it. Sumner to turn it on the inside. He goes wide to Briggs. Manson is looking wide to find Cantor. In the end, he took the tackle himself. Probably not a bad option from him. Sumner steps back against the grain. Here's Briggs. Slicing straight through Randall Briggs. Gets the ball away to Cantor, who's spilled it. He's appealing that he was tackled before he got the ball. And the touch judges coming in, and I'm thinking this is going to be a penalty to Macquarie. Touch judges saying something. Tom Taylor just wanting a little bit of space. Is there? Yeah, there is. Thought there may be potential sin bidding. There is. Professional foul from Chris Pine. Pretty sure it was tackling Cantor without the ball. And they're down to 12 for 10 minutes. So this could hurt. And a huge chance now for Macquarie to give themselves a 2 converted try lead. There's Hyde. Briggs turned back on the inside. Allen, he is strong. He slams the football down. Simon Allen cutting in off the angle and scoring just next to the posts. It'll be an easy kick, you would expect, for Chris Hyde to make it a 12-point ball game. Biggie, strong Simon Allen. It's just too strong in the end there. Chris Hyde, no mistake again with the conversion. 28 points to 16 now. Simon Allen, he set up Mitch Manson's try earlier this afternoon with a nice short ball on that occasion. A really good line, switching back towards the middle of the ground. And even though a lot of Cessnock players there, just couldn't stop the big man. So Cal Edwards again gets us back underway for the 6th time today. Alchin had a long shift, Ty Alchin, and he gets up and he's lost the ball. A touch judge. Macquarie players looking over to this near side again. But it will be a scrum feed for Cessnock. Here's their opportunity. Even though they are down to 12, they'll be down to 12 for another 5, maybe more minutes. Scrum won by Pearson. War Boys back on the inside for Hiroti. Now Edwards. Dunstan. Dunstan gets back to ground looking for the penalty. War Boys turns it back for Cody Brooks. He's just 12 metres from the goal line. Dunstan away to War Boys. Stepping and back on the angle. 5 away. Dunstan goes back to Halad. Searching for a hole. Still going Halad. Just a couple of metres away now. He's got options left and right as Zeb Dunstan. And I'll get the best of those options apart from a try, and that is a penalty. So another 6 tackles for them to work out a way through this Scorpions defence. Big run up. Charging it into the line is Kurt Warden. It's tackled right in front of the sticks at the northern end of the ground. Dunstan back on the inside for Brooks, who spilt it. There was space out on their flanks, and they went straight back down the middle again. Zeb Dunstan to Brooks and Macquarie. One of the first times this afternoon, they'll be forced to bring it out from inside their own 10-metre line, and they've made a good fist of it here. Already up to the 30-metre line. Here's Hyde. Abraham looks to pass and then straightens up. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Here's Briggs. Away to the try scorer, Simon Allen. Taken just inside Goannas territory. Hyde, he goes the short side. Briggs just chips a kick down the ground. Woodbury and Edwards. It's been ruled to have taken by Woodbury and not touched by Edwards, or if it was, went backwards. Now Edwards gets the unload away to War Boys. Put to the ground is Barber. Here's Halad. Dunstan. Edwards. It'll be Dunstan in at dummy half after Brooks was swung to ground. Wide it goes for Hiroti. Looking for Woodbury, who's over on that far side of the ground. War Boys out of dummy half, and he rockets. That had some pace on it, that low grubbing kick. And Mitch Manson, it was too easy for him. He was met there by Woodbury and War Boys. Quickly out of dummy half, breaking free. Getting up towards the 40-metre line, a great return. It's Brendan Worth. Steps away from Brooks, who just got him by the ankle. And again, Hyde schemes out of dummy half. And he couldn't handle the pass. Brock Harmer. So still 12 points the gap. Scorpions leading after it was 16 all at the break. 2 second-half tries. Simon Allen and Andrew Sumner. 2 converted tries. Chris Hyde with 4 from 5 this afternoon and 2 from 2 in the second half. But another opportunity presented here to the Goannas. Cal Edwards looks ahead. Chris Pine. So they're just 20 metres away here, Cessnock. Lawrence is back on the ground, the number 9. Pearson turns it back to Cody Brooks. Here's their opportunity again. Can they make this one count? Lawrence away to Warboys. Goes to Hiroti. And Hamona Hiroti now spills the ball. Another chance goes begging for the Goannas. Macquarie, as the sun sets, the shadows of the trees, the northern end of the ground across Macquarie's defensive end. So they look to make it 17 wins here at Peacock Field in their last 18 matches. Simon Allen. So Chris Pine just waiting in the tunnel. About to head back onto the ground. Daniel Abraham again looking to the open side. Cuts back to the middle. Right in the middle of the park is Briggs. Still Briggs again. Almost bursting through. He's burst through on a few occasions this afternoon, Randall Briggs. Sumner looks inside for Abraham. And he got away from Warboys, who's still down. And that'll be a changeover. Still not in a good way, Jordan Warboys. He was attempting to make the tackle on Sumner. Tom Taylor stops play. As I mentioned in the first half, statistics between the head-to-head between these two sides, it's been all Macquarie of late. They've won 5 of the last 6. Only defeat early last season, but the last defeat that the Scorpions experienced against Cessnock was back in 2014. It was in the semi-final, 12-10. They won here. Back in that period where Macquarie were struggling to win those finals matches. They've turned that around the last few seasons. Made it to the grand final. That's their next achievement to tick off. To break that grand final drought. Lakes and Souths have been defeated by the last 2 seasons. And this year, looks as though they've got a new challenger in Western Suburbs. So Jordan Warboys back to his feet. Looks like he will continue. Not quite as long as the break in playing Cessnock's match last weekend against Central. As I mentioned earlier, Tom Taylor having to ref the last hour of that match after it was stopped for 2 hours. The injury to Nathan Taylor as Marvin Filippo pushed towards the near touchline. Just 2 metres from the western side of Peacock Field. Now Brendan Halad takes the ball through the centre of the park. Pearson double pumps and throws a long looping ball which Joe Woodbury has to jump up, and they've lost ground. Here's Pearson chipping up and over the top. Mitch Manson, he turns him around. He has to go back inside his own in goal to grab that one. And he swerves away from his opposite number, Edwards, before he's taken to ground 15 from his own goal line. Strong tackle. Back slammed by Lawrence. was the Scorpions now up to the 30-metre line. Here's Brendan Worth through the centre of the park. Another tireless effort from him. And now Chris Hyde. This is going to go close to the touchline. It will just fall short of a 40-20. But Cessnock, again, they've had their opportunities in the second half. When they've been presented, they've spilled the ball down inside the 20-metre line of Macquarie. So they'll start this set 25 out from their own goal line. Not a bad position to start. Question is, can Pearson, Warboys come up with a play on the final tackle to pin Macquarie down their own end of the ground? Build some pressure. Pearson gets up and plays the ball. It's Pine who's back out there. Only one try conceded while he was in the sin bin. He spun to ground. Lawrence goes out of dummy half, pushes away from a couple. He had Kirkwood over on this near side. He was probably away if he was able to give him the ball. Swerving through the middle of the ground. What a run this is. Can he get the unload away? He just can't. It was Blake Andrews bursting them down the middle. Lawrence Philippou. Huge tackle from Pywell and gives away the penalty. Will it be a sin bin? It won't be. Cessnock fans wanting the sin bin, but not forthcoming from Tom Taylor. Slow to his feet. There's Warden and here's Halad driving towards the goal line. Huge moment in the match, this one. Mentally, a big moment. If Macquarie can keep them out, Cessnock will feel it's a titanic effort to get over the line. But if Cessnock can score here, it could really open up for them. Here's Pearson. Dummies. Spies the gap. He's 2 metres from the goal line. So close. And he gets up and he spilled the ball. And again, the pressure valve released by a Goannas error. Macquarie with the scrum fade. 10 metres out from their own goal line now. Still over 17 to go. Pearson still not in a good way after that tackle. Maybe getting up a little bit gingerly, forcing the error from him. And he's not in a good way, so very strong contact and spilling the ball as he came up to play the ball. This would be a mighty blow, this would be. He was forced from the ground. Pearson, he will stay out there. Good news for Cessnock fans. So out the ball comes, and Pywell straight off the scrum feed. A scrum win. Very, very slow to get to his feet. Cal Edwards in a tangle with him. Brendan Worth now. Halad in there to make the tackle, just breaking off. There's also Warden and Kurt Warden in there too. Up over the 30-metre line now. So here's Allen. Takes it to the line, gets it away to Cantor. Didn't have his winger with him. And Pywell, who made the previous run through the middle of the park, he was slow getting to his position. And in the end, Cantor couldn't give the pass. As Hyde to Abraham. Great for the Scorpions to have someone like him out there. We mentioned Scott Briggs out of the side, but Abraham has experience in ball-playing roles. Played a little bit of 5'8" in the NRL. And the ball has been spilled by the Scorpions. So Cessnock. The door has just been left ajar here by Macquarie. They just can't slam it shut and finish them off. And while it's still 12 points, Cessnock are a huge chance of getting back into the match. Cal Edwards now to Pine. Looked to pass to Pearson, instead just took it to the line. Pine gets up and now Brendan Halad looks for the unload. Nick Lawrence. Now Edwards. Turns it back to Barber. Wide it comes. Pearson looks to go inside. Goes outside instead. And now Kirkwood. Saving the pass from Hiroti. So the two centres next to each other. And Pine tries to take them on with a short side kick here. Manson gathers the ball and breaks free of the tackle from Kirkwood. And then goes straight down the middle of the ground, Mitch Manson. And that is a relieving run. He took the ball just 8 metres from his own goal line and gets it almost back to the 40 as Brendan Worth bustles through a couple of tackles. Isaac Briggs. Push backwards. Gets the ball on the deck and there's Chris Hyde. Been great out of dummy half this afternoon. Scheming everywhere. Randall Briggs, Manson, Cantor. Jinx back again. Kirkwood this time. Pearson. There's 4 of them in there. Pine as well. And now Briggs goes a flat ball. And now kicked back on the inside. A huge moment in the match. Andrew Sumner dives over. And that may just be the points for the Scorpions. So they go out to a 16-point lead, 32 points to 16. And that may just be it for the Goannas now. 13 minutes and a little bit to go. And this run for the Scorpions against Cessnock looks as though it may continue. 6 of 7 if they can win this afternoon that they've won against Cessnock. And a great second half performance from them. Down, well, 16 all it was at half time and 16-0 now at this point in the second half. They've won the last 28 minutes and still there's 12 minutes to go. So will Cessnock fade late here, or will they respond, grind out these last 12 minutes? It's been very good. It's Chris Hyde this afternoon with his goal kicking and out of dummy half. 4 from 5, looking to make it 5 from 6. Strikes it towards the post. It's just not going to come back inside the near post for him. And it will remain A 16-point advantage, 32 points to 16. Macquarie leading Cessnock. And at the moment, it would shore up their spot in second on the ladder. And until West play Central tomorrow, they'll go to within 2 points of them. So while the minor premiership is definitely West's to lose, they're going to keep at their heels. Cal Edwards goes deep. It is a very deep kick-off. Manson in his own in goal. Come up a bit ginger as Isaac Briggs. Up over the 10-metre line. It's this post-contact meters from Macquarie has been so crucial to the score at the moment. Holding on for a long time is Lawrence in the play of the ball. Ten and a half minutes to go. Brendan Worth to the line. He's met there by Andrews. There's Briggs out the back to another Briggs, Randall. Hyde with the kick towards the corner. Hiroti steps back and grabs it nicely. Playing it full-back, Cal Edwards looks to have moved into 5'8". And now intercepted. Briggs is gay. And just put a little more icing on the cake for Macquarie now. And Mitch Manson in back play does not look good at all. He's scored this afternoon. He's gone to 9 tries for the season. But it's not going to be a great ending for him, as he's limping towards the touchline. And even if it is just precautionary, he's such a key player for them. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to bring him from the park. So he is going to leave the park. Ty Alchin is going to come back on. So Hyde again with another attempted conversion. Huge boost to their points differential for Macquarie. Now out to 20. They're only at plus 28 for a side that is in second spot on the ladder. It is a bit of a surprise. Hyde hits that one a whole lot sweeter than the previous attempt. 5 from 7 from the boot this afternoon of Chris Hyde, and it's 38 points to 16. So 22 points. Cessnock's points differential only at plus 13. So they'll go into the minuses after this one. And it'll be their 4th defeat away from home in 6 matches this year. So they haven't been great on the road in 2017. At home, a little better, 3-3. As Alchin just coming onto the park for Manson. And there's Hyde. And here is another bustling run from Matt Hay. Up over the 30-metre line. 7.5 minutes to go as Worth is spun to ground. Now Isaac Briggs takes it to the line. Just inside Scorpions territory now is Isaac Briggs. Here's Hyde. A kick over the top. Sumner looked as though he may have been offside. He is just going to stay out of it. Picked up by Woodbury. And he's brought to ground. Solid tackle from Matt Hay over there. And spilled. It's going from bad to worse here for the Goannas. Hiroti had a little bit of a peek at the on-rushing defence. And to be honest, they've put in a performance this afternoon, Cessnock. At least in the first half. Better than this scoreline will suggest in the end. 16 all at half-time. 22 unanswered points in the second half. So can they put a little more icing on the cake here, Macquarie? Hide into dummy half, away to Alchin. Drives forward. Deserves a try for all of his effort this afternoon. Here's Hyde. Short he goes. Briggs spins. He plants the ball next to the upright. And they are into the 40s. 42 points to 16 now. They are piling on the pain now. So they've conceded more than double the amount of points they've conceded on average this season. Cessnock coming into the match, just 18.5 points conceded on average. And the scoreboard says enough. 42 this afternoon they've conceded. They've had their chances, they had their moments. And it was a 6 and 12 point advantage to Macquarie. But I just didn't take them in the end. Spilled the ball down the attacking end. And Chris Hyde with a chance to make it 6 goals from 8 attempts. And he does just that. 44 points to 16. A nice personal tally for him this afternoon. With Scott Briggs out of the side, it'll take Chris Hyde up to 28 points. Should say 38, so he'll be second. The second highest scorer for Macquarie thus far this season, with Briggs up at 59. Is the ball going to go 10 metres? It is, and it's been picked up by Isaac Briggs. Well, I thought surely Cessnock player would rush through and pick up the ball. And in the end, the short kickoff doesn't work again as Matt Hay now. There's still plenty of time. They could well hit 50. Sumner, now to Worth. Straight down the middle. Gets to his feet slowly. As expected, he's got through a mountain of work. Spent some time over in the UK as well. Did in France, actually, with Toulouse. Did Worth. As now Simon Allen already won this afternoon. Looking for a second. Here's Hyde, stabbing it in towards the in goal. And well taken. Well diffused in the end by the Goannas, but they're going to, again, start the set deep. And Pywell, 40 metres out. He's met there by Lawrence. There's Allen. Tries to find Jordan Noble, who has spilled the pass. Just getting a little scrappy here towards the end. Cessnock with the scrum feed. 35 out from their own goal line with just a minute 45 on the clock. Edwards now to Kirkwood. In no hurry to get play back underway. And we're hoping to get this one over and done with. Cessnock. It's Dunstan. Almost just breaking free. Edwards turns it back for Apthorpe. Woodbury now. And Apthorpe again with another run. Lawrence into dummy half. Chris Hyde in there with the tackle. Edwards, Pearson, Filippo out the back for Hiroti. Good run from him as he's dragged towards the touchline. He's been in the fullback role for the last 10-15 minutes. Pearson in towards the end goal and doesn't quite get there. Andrew Sumner is there to intercept the ball 5 from the goal line. Pywell. 3 seconds left. That will be it this afternoon. So Cessnock can't win their 3rd straight match for the first time in a couple of seasons. They're looking to win, make it 3 wins in a row to cement their place in the top 5. Unable to do so this afternoon. Macquarie too strong, winning by 44 points to 16. And they are back in the winner's circle after last weekend's defeat to the Rosellas. And that is now 17 of their last 18. They've won here at Peacock Field, so it is a fortress for the Scorpions. So that wraps it up this afternoon. The Scorpions too strong at Peacock Field. Finished 44 points to 16 over Cessnock. We'll catch you next time.